Wikipedia says this about the morning of May 18th, 1980. On May 18th, a second earthquake of magnitude 5.1 triggered a massive collapse of the north face of the mountain. It was the largest known debris avalanche in recorded history. For more than 9 hours, a vigorous plume of ash erupted, eventually reaching 12 to 16 miles, which is 20 to 27 kilometers, above sea level. The plume moved eastward at an average speed of 60 miles per hour, which is 100 kilometers per hour, with ash reaching Idaho by noon. Ashes from the eruption were found collecting on top of cars and roofs the next morning as far as the city of Edmonton in Alberta, Canada. By about 5:30 p.m., the vertical ash column declined in stature, and less severe outbursts continued through the night and for the next several days. The removal of the north side of the mountain reduced St. Helens height by about 1,300 feet, which is about 400 meters, and left a crater 1 mile or 1.6 kilometers to 2 miles, 3.2 kilometers wide, and a half a mile or 800 meters deep. I felt that earthquake. I was sitting on the porch reading the Sunday comics. I felt a growling type sensation as I heard a low, distant grinding noise. It lasted several seconds. The porch was tremoring. It didn't feel like the rolling earthquakes I hear about in California. It felt more like a small, like steady shaking, fast but short motion that became stronger, to where my bare feet could feel the activity. Something like, if you can imagine, sitting on a large brick or a rock as it is slowly being dragged in the street behind a car or something like that. And then it stopped after about 10 seconds or so. I rushed into the kitchen to tell my mom, who was making strawberry jam. I asked her if she felt that, but she didn't, and she seemed pretty busy, and I had to go. I was supposed to meet a friend of mine who ironically shared the same name with a different middle name. We went to school together and were on the same baseball team, and were even in the same Cub Scout troop for a while. We were going to meet at Fred Meyer and spend our change on some Brock's candy before riding over to the old school to play some baseball in its rundown gravelly field. I had a black bike with a chain guard that said hot stuff, and there were flames all along the face of it. I slid my mitt onto my handlebars and grabbed my bat, which I carried. Fred Meyer was only a few minutes by bike, and I knew my friend would be there already. I was running late. Now, I met him just outside the store entrance. There weren't any bike racks then. In those days, you just change your bike to a pillar or post like cowboys used to do with horses. In our case, we didn't have chains, so we brought our bikes in with us. Nobody said anything to us as we bagged our candy, so it must have been okay. I bought some of the chewy nougat cubes with gumdrops sliced into them and some butterscotch hard candy, if memory serves me. Thank you for taking the time to hear my story.